So after initially releasing my first video on Synthswap, basically introducing the platform, the new DEX coming on zksync, I decided to also release a second one where I dig deeper into the tokenomics of the DEX. And also the timing is quite crucial. Few hours from now, the public presale will happen. So hopefully this will be on YouTube like 1 hour before the presale kicks in. Now, a total of 150 ETH is the goal. So if you want to take part of the Synthswap public presale, you can go right now. The website, I'm going to leave a link below to this page right here so you can access it directly. If you are a ZIP holder, so if you hold the X amount of ZIP tokens staked into their vaults, you get a 10% discount. So there are 3 options for you to take part of this. You can either have about 300 ZIP for the 7-day vault, 200 I think for the 30-day vault, and then 100 for the 90-day vault. So you can also check all of these requirements on their Telegram channel. And if you don't have any ZIP tokens, you can still partake in the pre-sale, but the ZIP holders will get a 10% discount versus the people who don't hold ZIP. All right. So, and again, if 150 ETH is not raised, then the price discovery of Synth will be less than 0.015 ETH per token. So that is the goal. And you can allocate as much as you want based on their criteria. So first and foremost, I want to say once more that there is no audit report visible right now. It's going to come up. It says coming soon, hopefully by the time or before lunchtime of the Synthswap DEX and its native assets. We'll have a full-blown audit report. But, you know, judging on precedents with the ZyberSwap audits, and because it's the same team, so the ZyberSwap team is releasing its subsidiary, Synthswap on zksync, meaning from a security perspective, I think we're there. Of course, the audit of Synthswap will determine all of the perhaps small to medium issues that will come up, and you will have a clearer picture. So with that being said, the mechanics of Synthswap will be a bit different if you compare them to how the native asset of ZyberSwap was acting, so to speak. So first things first, Synth has a total max cap supply of 50k. So there won't be more than 50k tokens overall, you know, and the full-blown allocation of those 50k tokens, you can go to the white paper, you can see the full breakdown. But what's important here is that you will reach, or the protocol will reach, that total supply of 50k after 3 years overall, because there's about 35% of the total supply will be put aside for emissions. Meaning for people who provide liquidity through all the various pools and farms that they're going to provide. And like I said in my previous video, their main focus is concentrated liquidity through algebra and automated concentrated liquidity through gamma. So there's not going to be the V2 liquidity version anymore. It's just that. So the emissions are going to be quite structured around that part. And the allocation, other than emissions, you also have linear unlocks, for example, for the pre-sale, because the pre-sale, there's also a specific allocation that will go there. You also have the liquidity pool. You have airdrops to ZIP holders, as we discussed previously. You also have allocations to the team, to the partners, etc. But again, the full breakdown of this is on the white paper. And not only that, so you're not only gonna be farming Synth, so to speak, and just dumping it on the market, you're also gonna have an escrowed version of that token called zksync that will be used for governance, also that will be used to partake in the launchpad, and also to earn protocol fees. So the link between those two is that when you provide liquidity, you're not only gonna be earning Synth, because part of your earnings will be in the native asset and another part will be in the escrowed version, so zksync. So you'll earn both. And then you can stake your Synth tokens to basically get more zksync, and the more zksync you get, the more your share of the protocol fees will be. So that is the model. If you're familiar with Camelot and its native asset Grail, you will get the feel of what they're trying to achieve here. So that's the triad that you will be getting through holding the zksync token. You're earning, you're partaking into the launchpad, and you're also governing the platform through decision making and the future DAO. So in my personal opinion, the model of Synthswap is much better fundamentally than Cyberswap because it protects the token itself from harsh inflation and the lack of utility. And the Cyberswap team, so people responsible between this DEX, behind this DEX, are gonna be the ones that most probably also shift the Cyberswap model, Tokenomics model, into a similar model as well. Now, before I actually conclude this video, because the point of it was to give you a small rundown of the upcoming DEX from a Tokenomics side, because they didn't release that, sorry, when I uploaded my initial vid, so the last video I uploaded on my channel. But I also want to point out something very important. The launchpad is a bit optimized versus Cyberswaps, and I guess they will also mimic whatever is happening here. So you don't only have the core metrics of a launchpad, meaning how much should be raised, what is the initial listing price, the allocation, circulating market cap, etc. But they also added visuals of what the project is about and for how long the presale will be for. So you can clearly see that you almost have a week to contribute, so no rush. I wouldn't expect the 150 ETH to be filled out in a few minutes or even a few hours. So keep it on your radar if you decide to enter and to partake in the public presale. Again, any questions, feel free to ask. But like I said, I really dig the fact that they are showcasing the tokenomics side and they're also showcasing some of the features. And of course, if possible, because you know Synthswap is built by Cyberswaps, they also portrayed the core metrics, which are pretty impressive, as you can clearly see. And that brings me to my conclusion in the fact that if Synthswap were to operate in a similar manner than Cyberswap, and I'm talking volume wise, I'm talking TVL, and I'm also talking in professionalism in regards to how the team is approaching all of this. So if this manages to mimic at least 80% of the success of Cyberswap, you can expect very good things specifically for the native asset because it has better tokenomic structure. Specifically for limited total supply, very controlled emissions, and an escrowed version that will encourage people to hold it, to stake it, to earn platform fees through the native asset versus just providing liquidity and also earning platform fees. So the whole breakdown will be very interesting to see. So how much of those fees will be contributed to LP holders versus zksync holders as well through staking synth and also earning it through the LP when you put it in the yield farms. And the yield farms, like I said, are very limited in Synthswap. And with that, I'm gonna leave you be. I really hope you got some value from everything I just portrayed here, everything I just discussed. I'm gonna reiterate, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And with that, thank you for sticking around till the end if you did. See you in the next one. Have a good one.